Okay, good. We're killing it.
We're killing it. We're killing it. Like, we're getting pretty good at this, actually. Before we used to giggle and like couldn't even talk and make fun of each other. Now we're like professionals about it. Hi, my name is Ashley Delaune. I'm co-founder of Kumankaya with my husband Remi, and one of the leading practitioners in ceremonies here, Ayahuasca ceremonies.
Hi, my name is Remi, and I'm a co-founder with Ashley of Kumankaya, and we decided to create this place for welcoming people and help them through their healing and learning process with the plant and with the natural medicines.
For me, it was healing. It was about 10 years ago, and I had accomplished everything I wanted to in life and just realized that I couldn't connect to my life. I wasn't happy, and so I realized that the problem was with me on the inside, and so I found ayahuasca for the healing. Mhm.
On my end, it was more personal research. I lived 20 years in a monastery before my path with the plant, and for me, in a way, it was to go deeper in my spiritual practice and spiritual growth, and so that was more on the research aspect of personal research aspect. Yeah.
For Remy can speak to his experience. For him, he never intended for it, and it was like likewise for me. It wasn't that I was drinking ayahuasca and doing the master plant diets and spending a lot of time in isolation to be a practitioner. For me, when we built Kumankaya about 2 years into being fully functioning, Remy was doing exclusively all the healing, and he was doing all the ceremonies. I was just facilitating, and then kind of being around as a house mom. Um, but it became pretty clear quickly that that was that he needed help in ceremony to share the burden as well. And so I went down to Peru and did my apprenticeship diet as well. And so that way I can assist him and help him in ceremony and be of service as well in that way.
Yeah, for me, it was more after these studies that I did with the plant. It was something kind of natural to become a practitioner. Even I've never intended it, I become some kind of force of necessity, like something I had to do, and that was the way for me. Yeah. Yes, it's a difficult it's a difficult work. It's a dedication. So for sure, there's many people who, or even some practitioners who drink ayahuasca from time to time. Here, the rhythm we have at Kumankaya is really the traditional rhythm. We drink every week, several times a week, 4 times a week exactly. So it's a dedication. It's a dedication. It requires a good health. It requires lots of psychological stability and a kind of a high mood, if you want, high spirit, to be able to do it with dedication, with compassion, and with care for the people.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Mhm.
It's like any job, it's kind of challenging. It can be challenging, but the reward is so great. Just to see the change in people, how just day by day, their eyes get clearer, their eyes get brighter, their smiles get bigger, makes it all worth it. Yeah.
And also, we're lucky enough to do a job where we meet people from all around the world, from all the various reasons of life. And so it's very interesting also, the meeting with the people and being part of the process of someone coming back to life, coming back to be healthy and being full of life, full of wonder for the future, So we're very, very honored to be able to do that, even if it has, as everything, is a large size of of challenges. Yeah.
Yeah, we recognize that There's hundreds and hundreds of ayahuasca centers and healing centers in South America and even several here in Mexico. And the fact that people choose to come here and they choose to be vulnerable with us and, lay it out all on the table with complete strangers whom they don't know, it is a great honor to be a part of people's processes,
Plus, also what we offer is kind of unique a little bit because we studied in Peru the very traditional way under the guidance of a Shipibo maestro, so very the traditional way. But we also are Westerners, both scholar. Ashley did long studies of, she has a PhD in literature. I did my philosophies studies, theology studies. So we propose also a unique experience because we can be in a way a bridge between those two cultures. In fact, if you want, between the indigenous point of view and the modern point of view, which nowadays kind of meet in some ways. And so it's interesting to be at this crossroad for ourselves.
Yeah. I feel like we understand a little bit better what people are up against. When they come here, the anxiety, the lack of centeredness, the lack of spirituality. We understand lack of connection to themselves, to nature, to the world of above. And so we really recognize and understand, because we feel it every time we go back home, this complete disconnectedness, to understand kind of the crisis of modern man in Western society. We live it.
And at the same time, we can also translate in modern words those ancient concepts of the indigenous people, the loss of the soul after a trauma, the susto, all these very important concepts that are very meaningful if they are well translated into a modern point of view.
Well, in the center that we come from, where we received our training, it's a village you come to. There's shops around, there's children everywhere, there's a football field. The concept is a village, and everybody has their own little kind of little bungalow, little space around this massive, complex. The idea behind Kumankaya was you coming to our home. And Remi liked it because Remi based it upon that because it was based on the old school healing tradition, the old school tradition where you came into the Curandero's house and you were a part of their family. And one of the things that we really believe is people lack real community. People, they want to improve their lives, the quality of their lives. They want to discover their spiritual selves. They want to find a spiritual self, but they have no community of support system. And so that was the governing kind of ethos behind Kumankaya was that when people come here, they literally come into our home, right? They're sitting in our lounge where we sit and watch movies, and they read from my library, our library. And the idea is you're welcome into a community. And we try to also kind of stay in touch as well with people and follow up and offer basic integration services after they leave here just to show that they are supported. We're with them along the way. And so that's kind of the idea behind Kumankaya. And I think that's what makes us special, makes us different. Not only, as Rima was talking about, that kind of Western bridge between this very ancient tradition, but also the concept that, like, if you come back here more than once, we meet you at the door and say, "Hey, Will, nice to see you again." It's not like you're just lost in the masses of people. We're a small center purposefully. We can house 8 single people or 16 when they double up in a room, but still that's a very small facility. And on that note as well, that it allows us to really give intensive healing during the ceremonies, personalized attention if that's what's needed.
And also one aspect which is not so different than other centers, but when you come here, you have the experience of the medicinal plant, the ceremonies of ayahuasca, but you also have the experience of being fully immersed in nature. And in the Yucatan Peninsula, this rain tropical forest here, tropical rainforest, that's where we propose the experience also for the people. So it gives the frame for the experience, with our background, Westerners. We did ourselves the whole process as Westerners to go to see an ancient culture, learn with it, do the learning the language, learning the technique, and do the work on ourselves to be able then to propose it to the people.